Hey guys, it's Santa is Real 77, and I wanted to take a look and show you guys the new Fireball Sorceress build. As you all know, it turns out that Blizzard just recently buffed Fireball Sorceress, and it turns out Lightning as well. I haven't gotten a chance to test that one yet, but I do want to go over this Fireball Sorceress build because it is very powerful. It's very efficient for clearing trash and elites, and it even works decently on bosses, but it's going to be amazing for trash killing. And I actually saw a build just like this back in the closed beta, and a lot of people were rocking it. But when the game launched, I noticed I had never seen a Fireball build, and Blizzard may have toned that down since then. But it looks like after this patch, they've buffed it. So let's just get straight into the build, shall we? All right, so here, let's take a look at the gear that we have. First of all, Staff of Endless Rage. This is pretty much going to be mandatory. It's essential. In fact, we have two uniques that are essential towards really making this build. The other is going to be Gloves of the Illuminator, making Fireball bounce a couple of times. But it will reduce that damage as it bounces, but you're still going to be doing plenty of DPS. The amulet, we went with 3 curses because it's going to buff Fireball and Meteor, which I have not gotten a chance to try yet, but I'm excited to look into that one. And then Elementalist, we really just want that crit as much as possible, and we want to keep above 100 mana. And then Incendiary, this is pretty much going to be like an Umbral's replacement. It's going to be responsible for generating a lot of resources. And as soon as I got this ring, most of my resource issues went away. And then for the remainder of the build, damage reduction, just because I was using this to push. Obviously, Frost Nova, it's used in just about every build. So you're going to want 2 stacks of that. And it's going to be your only way to get vulnerable. As far as disobedience, yeah, armor, we're going to need it until they fix resistance. And even if they do, who knows? Now the boots, I just got these for a little bit of movement speed, but no real preference. You're just going to want to make sure you have mana regen, especially, and movement speed is nice, of course. And then that about wraps up for the gear. Now let's go take a look at the skill tree that we've got. So first, we're going to start off with Firebolt, just because it's going to be giving us our mana right there, flickering Firebolt, that's new, and it's going to pierce. And then Fireball, of course, it's the entire build, enhanced Fireball, as well as destructive Fireball for more damage. Now, moving on, you guys have seen this before, of course, Flame Shield, Teleport, Ice Armor, as well as Frost Nova. It's not original, I'll say that, but it is useful to have all 4 of those. And then Elemental Attunement, and then Lucky Hit. We're always a fan of Lucky Hit. Align the Elements. This is pretty much just going to help keep us alive with our cooldowns and generating barrier and damage reduction overall. The rest of the skill tree, it's pretty self-explanatory. Inner Flame, you're going to get +3 of that, by the way, from your staff. And then Devouring Blaze, of course, more damage. The rest of the build is pretty easy to figure out. We're not going to go with an ultimate here. We're going to use Fiery Surge. Endless Fire, I just 1 point really just to get warmth. Now, warmth is going to be big. It's going to keep you alive and be giving you a lot of health regeneration. And then use Ferocity, more crit, more damage. Pretty self-explanatory. Moving on to the Paragon, Exploit, vulnerable damage. You need to fill that bucket. Most people are using Exploit for just about every build. We're going to be picking up Unleash strictly because more burning damage, and then also more mana regeneration, and then as well as damage reduction from burning. And that's going to be key. We're going to be taking advantage of burning. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to give us good fixes. Now, Burning Instinct, I didn't actually get that because, again, our burning damage is hardly doing anything. We're talking like hundreds of damage a second. We really just want the debuff. And then next, again, I did not get the legendary node. I'm strictly going for a 6-glyph build. We're going to be getting Flame Feeder. It's pretty obvious. Goes with the build fire, right? More damage to burning enemies, which we are going to be taking advantage of. The Firebolt enchant, which I'll go over soon. Again, did not get the legendary power. That's actually more for lightning anyways. But we did get destruction for more crit damage because as a sorceress, we are going to be critting a lot, especially if we have over 100 mana. And then more mana, I pretty much tried to go and get as much mana as I could for this build just because I want to be critting all the time and be above mana. Next, we're going to go with Imbiber. Now, I actually subbed this out for Control for a while, and I regret it. Put Imbiber back, much better, and then more fire damage, obviously. And then we did get Searing Heat. This is going to be huge because we want more crit. It's that simple. We're going to get more crit when we cast, and then more fire damage as well. Okay, and so Territorial, as you know, it was buffed, so it went from 10% damage reduction to 15%. Okay, so just a quick recap: Destruction, and then we're going with Exploit, Flame Feeder, Imbiber, Territorial, and Unleash. So those are our 6 glyphs. Fireball was already pretty powerful back in Season 0 or before Season 1. Even a level 1 Fireball enchant was pretty great at clearing runs because it goes on everybody. So even if you are standing AFK, you're giving everyone in the party Fireball enchant. Although don't AFK with Fireball because you'll get sent into a dungeon. I've seen people rip that way when they're AFK and it's painful. But having now a rank 9 Fireball that all your teammates are going to be getting, that's going to be pretty game-changing for group play. And then moving over Firebolt enchant, it's simple. Everything we do, we're going to be lighting them up just so we can take advantage of those debuffs. And to go over that again, that's damage reduction as well as damage to burning. Yeah, it's going to be quite nice. So this build, it's going to be a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I just recently did Sorceress on 85, and again, this is hardcore. Felt pretty easy. Sorceress is an easy dungeon though, I'll give you that. But I do plan on pushing 100 eventually. Gonna feel it out, try to see if I can get a little bit more toughness. DPS does not seem to be the issue anymore. It's really just staying alive, and in hardcore, that's kind of important. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please leave any feedback. This is my first video I've ever done, so you know, I'm open for any feedback at all. But thank you again, and guys, if you're playing hardcore, be safe. I will catch you later. Take it easy.